larger and larger.
More and more disproportionate.
Yeah.
But
Sex sells.
Yeah.
sex sells.
It does indeed.
And hey, when you're playing a fighting video game, boxing ring style, having long legs is a benefit.
Oh, yeah. I can see that.
I don't know
Sure.
how any of their other physical features would be a benefit while fighting, but
Distraction?
Distraction.
that's about it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and I can sort of understand why my 13-year-old grandson likes this stuff. Not that I blame him for that. That's
Because he can play WoW when mom's home looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Hey.
And we've made comment, although he doesn't quite understand all the references, but especially the newer races in the game, there's an emote that you can do /flirt, and they will say various different lines, and the newest races have the most suggestive lines.
I've never tried that one. I'm going
Oh, /flirt?
to be trying that when I get home, too.
I think there's 6 or 7, something like 6 or 7 different audio clips that they play as you go through the little the little flirt animation. But specifically the Draenei and the Blood Elves. The Draenei, I think, more so, but the Draenei and the Blood Elves are both very suggestive.
See, I play as a male character, so I might need to find myself a female character.
The male characters are at least
Are
the
they
male
as
Blood Elves
suggestive?
are too. Yeah.
And that's what I am.
Should try flirt.
I'm a male blood elf.
Your grandson thinks the Blood Elves are the best race to play, the prettiest to look at.
There's something about elves.
Well, and Blood Elves are high elves. You're not a lowly commoner elf.
Ah, so there's some like social classes with.
Oh, of
very
course.
much.
Wow.
Very
Although
much.
WoW-
There's worker classes and everything.
Although WoW never really got into, WoW's a little more of an action game. EverQuest was more role-playing. In EverQuest, you had religions and you had sort of hierarchies and, yeah, religion played a big part.
Goes more in depth than you would ever imagine it goes.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of history behind every expansion, history that happened before the game in order to justify the game.
Yeah, they have pretty sizable sci-fi novels out now that are novels
About the universe.
the universe.
Yeah.
That take place in the universe that you play in.
Yeah. In fact, I
just bought some as Christmas gifts.
When I was packing them up the other day, I was showing you the whole EverQuest line sort of revolves around the adventures of Firiona V. WoW doesn't seem to have a single character that it revolves around, but most all the major expansions, they've done very well animated intros that tend to feature the same race class combinations, sort of the same characters, adventuring into each of the new zones. And sort of storytelling that way without having an actual character name to follow. And there's tons of fan fiction. There's tons of commercial fiction around it. It's when you spend the time to create a universe and a set of rules that it operates by, people will fill it. It's just another form of void.
Sure. It's very cool. And it's a very interesting subject, and it's so neat that you're going to be doing your dissertation on this stuff.
It's a lot of fun. It's really neat to look at, especially when you get into avatars that you can take kind of outside of WoW and into other settings. And working on a study right now that's just looking at very basic, like your most basic avatar. We're looking at instant message buddy icons and kind of how you evaluate the person behind the icon when you see it. And there is some research out there on it, but they use they use lab created avatars. They make them up themselves, so they're not real world avatars. So we're kind of in the process now of trying to collect avatars that actual college students use, so we can see how they evaluate the real life ones. But yeah, there's all the kind of like pop findings, people evaluate you as more intelligent if your avatar wears glasses, or your avatar can affect your credibility or how competent people think you are.
I know if you're chatting with someone and they sort of have like a little puppy dog, it's like, well, what's wrong? Why couldn't they put their own picture up?
I always used my picture.
But I mean, that kind of thing would extend to your Facebook picture too.
Yeah, absolutely.
'Cause that ends up being
we have some
your-
researchers who look
your
more
little avatar.
specifically at Facebook.
Yeah.
But
It's very interesting.
When your post appears on a wall somewhere, there's a little picture next to it. What does that
Yeah.
picture say about you? What do people infer?
there was, is it Second Life, where if you don't have a picture, you're the gray mug?
Great
Oh.
line.
No, not Second Life then. Maybe
I
not.
didn't
There's
get into
a-
Second Life.
There's one where, and no matter which one you're on, if you don't have an avatar,
There's a default, yeah.
there's some kind of default.
Sure.
On Facebook, it's the profile of the face with the question mark.
Right,
Right.
I've seen
And
that.
they did some research looking at how people perceived you if you don't have a picture.
Uh-huh.
And it was really interesting to see kind of all the assumptions that go along with that.
I would have to
just
assume
by-
it's fairly negative.
Yeah, just by, well, why can't you show us who you are? Because I'm showing you who I am.
Hmm.
Yeah, and we are out of time.
Yeah.
Um,
Again.
it's so nice of you to come. Can you come back, please?
I will
Please?
absolutely come back. I think for every time you guys come to me, I'd be more than happy to come to you. So we can just keep on trading.
Yes, thank you
Good
so much
night.
for coming.
Night.
And come back and see us again. Night.